Hey guys, what's going on? It's Vic here, back with another Madden 23 rebuild. In today's episode, we're going to be rebuilding the New York Jets, but with the new addition of James Robinson. They got a steal for this deal since, unfortunately, Breece Hall tore his ACL. That really sucks. But James Robinson for a conditional 6th-round pick, which could possibly turn into a 5th-round pick, depending if he makes the Pro Bowl or based on a snap count. We're already halfway through the season. I doubt he's going to get insane amount of snaps since he's already halfway through the season. But then also, I don't think he's going to make the Pro Bowl because he's had a couple of games with little to no yards at all. So, yeah, I mean, he's had some really good games. Then he's also had some really bad games. But, anyways, this is what we got with the team. But first, I just want to mention I did start at week 8. The Jets are 5-2 in real life, so I made sure they're 5-2. As you can see, the other team standings for the Bills, Patriots, Dolphins are not all correct. I just care about the Jets standings being correct so that way we can get an accurate draft pick. I don't care about the other teams. It doesn't matter to me. We're going to choose a draft class here, and we're just going to keep the auto-generated rookies as I always do, and then I'll go over the team really quickly. We're going to do that, and we also have a scouting national focus, and I think this team should probably go with, I don't know, maybe another weapon or an offensive lineman. I'm going to go with linebacker, actually. I feel like that's a need completely. So we're going to go with middle linebacker here. And we're going to see what we got with that. Even though it seems like an offensive lineman-dominated class, I don't really care. Either way, I'm going with that. So we're going to look into the roster here to see what we got with this 5-2 Jets team. You know, we already got the MILF Hunter, Zach Wilson. He's going to be the future of this team. And then also we got Garrett Wilson, who I started. Elijah Moore, there's been rumors about him wanting to be traded. Not even a rumor. He officially requested to be traded, but they said he's also going to start against the Patriots. So I don't think they're going to trade him in time before the deadline, so I'm not going to trade him. And we also got Corey Davis, Breece Hall at bench because he's out for the year, along with Elijah Vera Tucker, who I was told who's out for the year as well. So that's unfortunate, just for this season as well. Defensively, looking into it, Jermaine Johnson, I want to develop him right away. Sauce Gardner is a beast. I may start Jermaine Johnson over Carl Lawson in the next season because Carl Lawson is already 27, will be 28 in the next season, and then Madden regression does start at 28. So we'll see about that. CJ Mosley I want to get rid of because his cap hit is way too high and he just hasn't been good for the Jets. And specialist, that's what we got going on. I'm going to put Jermaine Johnson as the second behind that. And yeah, Breece Hall I made sure to put at the bottom so that way he gets no reps. I'm sure the CPU will find a way to give him reps anyways. But anyways, guys, it's now time to move into the playoffs because this is basically the midseason mark. Or should I do... I'm going to do players ready to negotiate, actually. We're going to see what we got. LaMarcus Joyner, no. Greg DeLeg, no. Connor McGovern, no. Bryce Huff. He's actually really good in simulation. I actually want to keep this. So if he accepts this is actually pretty cheap. I'll give him more money. He's actually really good in simulation. I'm thinking of getting rid of Carl Lawson anyways. I'm not going to resign George Fant. Quan Alexander, no. No. None of these guys are worth my time at all. So we're going to move on from those guys, and it's now time to move in to the playoffs. And the Jets are in the playoffs coming off a win to the Dolphins, 35-10 actually, 11-6, second in the division behind the 12-5 Bills. These are some realistic standings here. A lot of people think the Dolphins are going to be some gotta-send team. Patriots are still a decent team, even though Mac Jones isn't doing well. They just lost to the Bears actually in real life. But Bailey Zappi, if he comes in, maybe I can see a comeback for the Patriots. I think the Dolphins will probably be above the Patriots this season, I'm not going to lie. But I think Dolphins will probably go 9-8, 10-7, something around there. But I like these standings. Here to face the Ravens, 12-5. That seems good enough to me. Zach Wilson, passing yards not good. Good in passing touchdowns though, and passer rating. 24th offense and 16th defense. 3,900 yards, 37 TDs, 6 interceptions. James Robinson, 9 TDs, 4.6 per carry, 1,400 yards. That's a pretty good season. I like that. Garrett Wilson, almost 1,200 yards a rookie year, 13 touchdowns. That's an amazing year. I think he should get superstar development for that. Corey Davis did decent. Elijah Moore did decent as well. Tyler Conklin did decent. Looking at it defensively, CJ Mosley was actually pretty good. 11 tackles for a loss. Quentin Williams with 22 sacks. 10 for Quentin Williams, 9.5 for Carl Lawson. That puts me in kind of a predicament, but I still really want to produce Jermaine Johnson. Jonathan Franklin Myers with a Quan Alexander with 3.5. Jermaine Johnson only with 2, but it's because he wasn't really starting at the rush end position. He was mainly an outside linebacker, so I still kind of want to get value out of Carl Lawson. I think I can. Interceptions, 3 for DJ Reed. Surprisingly, I thought Sauce would have more. Safeties is 1 for Quinnen Williams, 1 for Carl Lawson, and 1 for Jonathan Franklin Myers. Defensive line tearing it up. Defensive touchdowns is 0. So, anyways, guys, apart from that, it is now time to see if we can beat the Ravens and move on to the divisional round. Can we beat them and the Ravens don't choke in the playoffs? That is surprising. So, anyways, we're going to move into the offseason. Here we are in the offseason as JOK wins the Super Bowl MVP with the Browns, and it looks like Josh Allen wins the league MVP. Our coach wins the Coach of the Year. That's surprising. Garrett Wilson wins Rookie of the Year. So he should definitely have superstar development, especially after that season he just had. Let's look at the lineup, see the development upgrades offensively. Garrett Wilson gets superstar. That's what I expected. And now that we have Breece Hall back, I want to trade Michael Carter. There's no point to having all 3 of these running backs here. How old is James Robinson, by the way? 25. Okay, we're going to keep James Robinson as our starter. I thought he was like 26, 27 for some reason, but he's not. Mekhi Becton. How long is he on IR for? Dang, it's going to be a long time. Yeah, 20 weeks. Okay, he'll be back for the next season, though. And, yeah, pretty good offense. Defensively looking into it. CJ Mosley has superstar, but I still want to get rid of him. Quinnen Williams has superstar. That's huge. Ashton Davis, I'm going to try to develop. He usually never develops in any of my simulations. How old is he? 26. Yeah, I don't know how far we can produce him. But anyways, apart from that, we're going to move in to the next week, see the re-signings we got here. I still want to get rid of Carl Lawson because Bryce Huff I feel like is pretty good, but I don't want to overpay for Bryce Huff unless he increases his interest with staying with the team. Then I'll re-sign him. But if he doesn't, then he doesn't, and I'm not going to waste my time with him because I'm not going to overpay a 75 overall. We're going with the AFC East, and Dwayne Brown retires with the Jets. Okay, probably the first time in a long time he's made the playoffs. What do we got? LaMarcus Joyner, no. Greg DeLeg, no. Conor McGovern, no. Bryce Huff, no, because he still doesn't have an interest with the team. And everyone else here is just a no for me. And we honestly really don't have that much money. I mean, $40 million, but still, I don't know. I don't know what I want here. Players ready to negotiate. Scout college player. We'll participate in free agency. I want to see if I can get one good defensive player. So let's hop into it. So after free agency, I got Juju Smith-Schuster because he had an interest with signing with the team on a pretty good deal. So I'm going to trade away Corey Davis because he is already like 29 years old and he's just going to regress. I also got Zane Gonzalez because he had an interest with the team on a pretty cheap deal. So now in the draft, I'm not going to really work on the private workouts. I'll just let the staff handle that. And we're going to go into the draft. And in the first round, I'm picking up strong safety DeMar Livingston. And I think I'm going to trade back up into the first round, maybe trade away a player to get back into it. So I'm now trading away Carl Lawson and Corey Davis in a package deal to the Ravens for their pick 26 and their 4th round pick. You know, I just had to get a little bit of value, even though I'm probably not going to use that 4th round pick. We're on the clock now, and I want to pick up another defensive back for this team. The linebackers on the board, there just wasn't any good ones that I was really interested. And the one that I want to go with is Robert Phillips. He has a potential F on him for man coverage, but physically, he's an athlete. He's a great athlete, and he just looks best overall. So I'm going to pick Robert Phillips. Only normal dev out of Florida, but hopefully he can develop. In the second round, I'm picking up Kendrick Wallace. First round projection just fell to the second round, still has hidden dev. He seems like a great left tackle. In the 4th round, I'm picking up left outside linebacker Norland Warner. Pass coverage, hidden archetyped. He seems pretty good. A zone coverage, A awareness, pretty good. So this is the team after the draft. That guy who's supposed to go in the first round fell to the second round, 72 overall. Wow. What a great pickup. Garrett Wilson is definitely going to be the starter of a Boo Smith-Schuster. Michael Carter, I'm fixing to trade. Defensively, Warner is 67, but we can still develop him. Livingston, I'm definitely going to start over Jordan Whitehead. I'm probably going to put him in a package deal. Phillips, I'm going to start over DJ Reed. And Carter, I'm going to start over DJ Reed as well. I want Phillips to get a lot of reps. And Jermaine Johnson is going to play the right end position. I'm going to officially make the switch over there since Carl Lawson is gone. I just want to develop him as quickly as I possibly can because it's crucial that we do that. You know, he's a rookie. There's a lot of talent on this team. We need to get him up and running. He's not in the right position, but the CPU will adjust him later. Who is Martin, and why is he playing defensive tackle and left end? I don't know why. Okay, Michael Carter, CJ Mosley, and a next year's 7th round pick gets me the Colts this year's 1st round pick and this year's 4th round pick. So I just didn't need Michael Carter. He's definitely a good player, I would say, and CJ Mosley was just not long term for us. So yeah, I'm just gonna rock with that. And I also need to go back to free agency and sign a middle linebacker now because I know the CPU will just do it for me and then screw up my roster again. So Anthony Hitchens, sure. You're going to be our linebacker number 1 for now, as CJ Mosley is straight garbage. And back to the team. Let's see Livingston be benched again because the CPU just loves doing it. And yeah, he's benched. I'm glad I come back to fix it, or else it would never be fixed. Livingston is not playing my depth linebacker, please. And Phillips is going to be my slot DB. Okay, I've wasted way too much time screwing around with this team, and we are going to move in to the midseason mark. Here we are at the midseason mark as we are 3-4. Our offense is putting up is 3rd in points per game, and our defense is 7th in points per game, yet we're 3-4 and bottom of the division. Rough start. If we don't make the playoffs, I'm going to be quite upset. Quinnen Williams, future of our team, but he wants to stay, so I'm just giving him a neutral offer, and he signs. Good stuff. Bryce Hall. Bryce Hall. My bad, not Bryce Hall. I'm going to give him a player-friendly deal because he doesn't have a huge interest in re-signing, but now he does. He signs back with the team. Mekhi Becton is a huge interest in re-signing, and I definitely will re-sign him because he's a superstar in real life. He's definitely not a superstar, but yeah. Jordan Whitehead, I'm going to get value out of you. I'm going to trade you away. You're 26 years old. I'm sure someone wants you. We're at the trade deadline. No one has a high interest in Jordan Whitehead? What? These guys must be smoking. Vikings need a strong safety. Harrison Smith hasn't even retired. Okay. 2nd round pick for Jordan Whitehead. Can I steal that? No, definitely not. They're not dumb enough. 3 and a 4. Would that work? No. A 3? There. A 3 for Jordan Whitehead. That's cool with me. Anthony Hitchens not coming back. Same thing with Linval Joseph. Blake Cashman, no. Anthony Davis. I'll give you that. I'll up the money. Yeah, okay, you can walk. I don't care. You're not that good. Braxton Berrios, no. Braden Mann, sure. I mean, I can't re-sign you yet, but I will in the offseason. Denzel Mims is no, too. So anyways, guys, apart from that, we're going to do the scouting national focus, choose a position. I feel like offensive lineman is good other than center. I think I'm going to go with linebacker again because we just don't have it. Even though I did it last year, it just wasn't a strong linebacker class, and I went a little bit different direction with DBs. So anyways, it's now time to move to the playoffs. So we went from the 3rd highest scoring offense in the league and the 8th best defense in the league to the 29th best defense in the league and the 17th offense. EA is so realistic. It happens every single year. I've done Madden simulation rebuilds since Madden 20. This happens every single year. I am not kidding. Oh, you're in the Jets offense. That's why if I go to the Chiefs offense, my defense will start performing bad, but they're already performing bad. So why not just go to the Chiefs offense since? Actually, what's the most balanced playbook? New England, I think, or the Raiders? I'm not being the Raiders. Let's go to New England, see how they do. Dolphins defense usually works good for me, but honestly, it's all about overalls. Frustrating, dude. Stats and awards, let's see what we got. We got Zach Wilson, MILF Hunter, not hunting the stats. 31st offense, 32nd defense. Okay. Wilson, 31 touchdowns to 9 receptions, not bad. He just needs more yards. Robinson, 4.1 per carry, 1,000 yards, 16 TDs, not bad either. Garrett Wilson, 1,000 yards, 11 touchdowns. Elijah Moore, only 4 touchdowns, almost 1,000 yards. Looking at it defensively, Cashman with 142 tackles is insane. Tackles for a loss, 13 for Franklin Myers, sacks, 10 for Quinnen Williams, 8 for Jermaine Johnson. That's why I wanted Jermaine Johnson starting. Sauce Gardner with 5. Surprised they didn't use his real first name in Madden. Safeties, 1 for Anthony Hitchens, and defensive touchdowns is 1 for DeMar Livingston. Hopefully he had a good development. Matter of fact, now that I think about it, I'm going to switch to the Chiefs offense regardless because I just don't care. I just don't care. I feel like no matter what I do, I feel like the defense will always be bad in Madden. And to make your defense really, really good, you have to have a very high middle linebacker, high overall, like any type of linebacker, left outside linebacker, right outside linebacker, middle linebacker. That's what matters. Having a high overall defensive back or a high overall linebacker is huge, or an edge rusher. You just have to have one of them being a really high overall. Anyways, let's move to the offseason. The Falcons beat the Chiefs in the Super Bowl, and Daniel Jones goes to the Falcons and wins the Super Bowl with. Okay, cool. Patrick Mahomes wins the league MVP, and there are no awards here for the New York Jets. And we're going to go to the roster and see what we got. Offensive upgrades. Probably no one on the offense got anything, and to no surprise, nobody did. Defensively looking into it, Sauce Gardner got superstar dev. That's huge. Livingston is only a star dev. Warner is only a star dev, but that's fine with me. It's better than nothing. Ashton Davis, I'm going to let hit free agency. Blake Cashman, even though he had the most tackles on our team, doesn't get a development upgrade. But he's already 28. I wouldn't have re-signed him anyways. Phillips doesn't get a dev upgrade, so he's probably just going to end up being a bust, unfortunately, because in a 4-year rebuild, you need them to, like immediately get a development trait, or else you're screwed. If they don't get it in the first year, or if they don't have it at all, they just won't develop, because it's only a 4-year rebuild. It's not like 10 years. I'm not going to take 10 years to rebuild a team. I may do 5, depending on how long this rebuild stretches out. But 2023 retirements, let's see who we're going to get here for the AFC East. Linval Joseph retires. He knew we weren't going to re-sign him, so he just wanted to retire on a team. Players ready to negotiate. Who do we got? We got Blake Cashman, no. Ashton Davis, no. Braden Mann has a medium interest. If he accepts this, I'll just let him stay. Okay, sure. Hit free agency. Have fun with that. Anyways, we have $92 million to spend. I'm going to get into it. So you know how I said you needed that one really, really good defensive player for your defense to be good? We got Nick Bosa. It's time to put that to the test. James Bradbury on a cheap deal. Terrell Burgess, new superstar free safety, higher overall than Ashton Davis, and way cheaper as well. Andre James as our future center. He's not the highest overall, but he will develop because offensive lineman regression doesn't start till like 32, so he's cool. And then Cleveland Farrell just as a depth player at outside linebacker until we can fill it. I still want a middle linebacker position. We have the safeties on lock. We have DBs on lock for the most part. D-line is definitely on lock. I filled out the center position. We need to develop our receivers, and yeah, we should be good. So let's get to the draft. In the draft, I'm picking up Rashard Mooney, normal dev out of Mississippi State. He seemed like the best athlete. The linebackers on the board weren't that good, so I kind of reached for him. But yeah, I mean, hopefully he has a good overall. Picking back-to-back middle linebackers in the first round with our other first-round pick. This time it's a hit. Dakota Taylor, hidden development out of Louisville. So now, I mean, it's not even unrealistic to pick 2 middle linebackers, maybe 2 in the same round, but at the same time, this is the only position we necessarily need, and I think we got it on lock here. In the second round, left outside linebacker Von Alley. I know we have that star development linebacker, but he's already like a 69 overall. Nice, by the way, but like he's not going to develop. Pass coverage out of Auburn, hidden development. He just had elites across the board on his athletic sheet. I should have showed you guys, but anyways, A awareness, A zone coverage, A pursuit. He has F power moves, but that's fine. He's a pass coverage guy, and we're in a 4-3 scheme anyways. This defense is going to be stellar. Here we are after the draft. It looks like the CPU picked up this halfback, cool, and this guy named Basie, cool. They drafted them. Guess they're better drafting than me. How old is Tyler Conklin, by the way? 29. Probably will look to replace him. Then CJ Uzama. How old is he? Probably older, I think. Yeah, 31. We'll look to replace him later. Defensively, looking into it, Ali is a 73 overall. And look, Mooney isn't even bad. 76 overall, but Taylor has the development. Do I move Mooney? No, I'm not going to move him to right outside linebacker. I think that's a good depth right there. James Bradbury is 3rd on the depth right here. Hopefully DJ Reed develops. Phillips, our first-round pick, he's a 5th. No, he's a 5th player now. Terrell Burgess, defense just needs to develop. Specialist. Unfortunately, I'm so sorry, Jermaine Johnson, but you're gonna be a rotational player for the rest of your career. Taylor, you're moving up. Ali, you're moving up, and Brees Hall can split reps with James Robinson. I'm fine with that. We're in a passing scheme anyways. Uzama should not be a slot wide receiver. Cleveland Farrell, Martin. Cool. I'm cool with all of this. Our team should be very good this year. I mean, rookies are only 75, but anyways, let's move to the midseason. I hate this game, dude. Coming off a loss to the Patriots. 2-4, third in the division, and we lost to the Patriots last week, who are 1-6. They got their first win against us. Players ready to negotiate. Let's see what we got here. James Robinson doesn't want to be with the team. Understandable. You're not leaving. Let's up the money. And he resigns. Good stuff. Elijah Moore does not want to be with the team. You're not leaving. Up the money, and he wants more. Damn, picky. DJ Reed, I'm not going to resign just because we already have good depth there, and he's going to be 28 next season. Elijah Vera Tucker, you have to stay. And for some reason, you willingly want to stay on the team, so I'm not going to give you more money. Definitely would have if you asked for it. James Bradbury, he's going to be mad old next season. Yeah, he's going to be like a 78 overall. Tyler Conklin, no. Lakeland Tomlinson, no, because he's going to want a lot of money. Zach Wilson's going to be a fat payday because he doesn't want to play. We're going to just give him player friendly, see how he reacts. Okay, good. I didn't have to give him very player friendly. I probably would have too. CJ, no. Jacob Martin, no. No, I don't want any of these guys except Elijah Moore. I'll deal with him in the offseason. Hopefully, what's wrong with our team? Third best defense in points per game and 8th best offense in points per game, and we're 2-4. Thank you, Madden. God. Here we are in the playoffs against the Baltimore Ravens again. So let's see what we're going to have here in these stats and awards. We're going to have Zach Wilson being a baller on the second half of the season. What happened? I just remembered. We were 2-4 at the midseason. I think our offense finally realized that it was one of the best in the league, same with our defense, and they turned it on. And somehow the MILF Hunter isn't even top 10 for MVP. Top 15 pass rating, 4th most passing touchdowns, 2nd most passing yards. Sure. Best defense in the NFL as well. 5,500 yards, 42 touchdowns. 17 interceptions may have been it, but still not even top 10? That seems ridiculous. James Robinson, 17 touchdowns, 4.2 average, not even 1,000 yards, but he only had 233 carries, so understandable. Looking at it receiving-wise, Elijah Moore, 1,200 yards, 15 touchdowns. That's got to be superstar dev. He has to stay with the team. Garrett Wilson, 11 touchdowns, 1,100 yards. Tyler Conklin, 1,000 yards, 9 touchdowns. Juju, not very good. Looking at it defensively, Dakota Taylor, 120 tackles for a loss, 27 for Nick Bosa, sacks 17 for Nick Bosa, 16.5 for Quentin Williams, and 10 for Jonathan Franklin Myers. Ridiculous. And the rookie linebacker was 6. Insane. Interceptions, though, don't exist. Safeties, 0. Defensive touchdowns is 0. So the rookie middle linebacker has to win Defensive Rookie of the Year. That was an amazing season for him. Come on, let's beat the Ravens to start out. Hopefully we could do it, and we do. 34-24, Broncos country. Let's ride. I mean, I'm pretty sure Russell Wilson's overall has been severely lowered, and with his age, I don't think he should be that good, unless they already replaced him. So let's see his overall, actually. Not Browns, Broncos. He's only an 80 with morale, and he's 35. Yeah, Broncos are about to be nothing within the next year. 10-7 Broncos. We better be able to beat this team. Come on. There it is, 42-6, humiliating the Broncos. Let's get into this conference championship against the Jaguars and Trevor Lawrence to see if we can win the Super Bowl. So let's move into it. Here we are against the Jaguars. It is 0-0, obviously. Start of the game, end of the first quarter, and nobody scores in the first quarter. Only 6-minute quarters, though. 3-0, 3-3 now. Second quarter is approaching. They're going to strike right before the end of the half, but we do not strike back. 6-10. Okay, 13-10. Good stuff. Low-scoring game still. Come on, let's get a 2-possession lead here. We do. 20-10. Just run the ball. Run the ball, Jets. Run the ball. Why? Oh, my God. They punted it. 4th down. They get it. We get the ball back. 4th down. End game drive. Just run the ball. Run the ball. Run the ball. Thank you. God. I can't believe they almost choked that 20-17 as the Jets are moving to the Super Bowl and we have a successful rebuild. So regardless, if we beat the Cowboys in the Super Bowl, which I highly doubt because they are just a god for some reason out of nowhere in simulation, mainly because of Zeke, actually. Zeke is a beast in simulation along with Micah Parsons. Dak, not so much. But Cowboys are 14-3. Regardless if we win or not, this is still a successful rebuild. Offensively, I'm giving Zach Wilson superstar dev. For those of you crying in the comments saying, "Oh, you're cheating. You're cheating." Top 15 passer rating, second in what? Fourth in passing yards, second in passing touchdowns. He's easily a top 10 QB. He deserves superstar. He may have not been top 10 for MVP, but he is a top 10 QB for sure. Bassey, we don't know his development yet. Elijah Moore, guess what? I'm going to give him superstar development before you guys start crying again. 1,200 yards, 15 touchdowns. The dude was a freak. He deserves at least superstar development. I don't think he deserves X Factor, but superstar is a must for this guy. No way. Oh, you're cheating. I'm being realistic. Come on now. He definitely deserves it. Some people hate it when I do it. Some people love it. Tyler Conklin has a worse season than Elijah Moore, and he gets superstar dev. I mean, he has 103 receptions, so that's probably why he got it. 9 touchdowns, 1,000 yards. He had more receptions, so he had a lower average. He had less touchdowns, less receiving yards, and more receptions, and he still got superstar dev. Elijah Moore deserves it. Looking at it defensively, actually on our offense, did anyone else get superstar? Okay, I thought one of our offensive linemen got superstar. Wallace is 79 overall, by the way. Looking at it defensively, Taylor is a superstar. That's sick. Ali, how do we not know his development? It's kind of crazy. I thought he would have a lot more reps than just that. Quentin Williams, I really think he deserves superstar X Factor. He just had back-to-back double-digit sack seasons, and this year had 16.5. But I know people are going to get pissed with me if I give him X Factor, so I'll leave my superstar. Sauce is still a superstar. And yeah, Mooney is still a 79. I'm cool with that. So now it's time to get into this miserable game against the Cowgirls, as we're probably going to get slapped. Let's get into it. Here we are against the Dallas Cowgirls. As opening drive, we actually strike. That's surprising, and we stop them. 10-0, 2-possession lead. They strike back, though. 10-7. Come on, let's get 3 on the board. Didn't even get 3 on the board. We must have thrown a pick. 10-14 as they take their first lead. They're continuing to spread the lead out. They're about to do it again, and they do. 10-24. Come on, Jets. 17-24. Cowboys make the 2. Oh, my God. I think this game's over. Unless we can make a fourth. No, we're done. That's the game. Unfortunate. 17-34. We kind of got slapped up there. It's kind of what I expected from the Cowboys, but it's still a successful rebuild. And in the offseason, obviously, we lost. Dak Prescott wins the league MVP and the Super Bowl MVP, winning the Super Bowl as well. Dakota Taylor wins the Rookie of the Year. So, Defensive Rookie of the Year. So, that's probably why he had Superstar. He probably came with Star, then got Superstar. So, that's sick that he's up to a Superstar now. We're going to do one more season, the final season here, and we're going to see if we can actually finish out and win the Super Bowl. That would be sick. Usually in the final season, my team just tanks for no reason. They go like 8-9 and miss the playoffs. But let's see what we got. AFC East, Lawrence Guy retires for the Patriots. And how much money do we have in free agency? We have quite a bit, actually. Players ready to negotiate. Let's see what we got here. Elijah Moore. Now he has an interest in re-signing. I'm going to give him player-friendly, up the money, and he re-signs. Good stuff. DJ Reed, I'm not really interested in more. He's 82, though. He's not a bad player, and it's the final season. We'll give him a player-friendly deal. We're going to do that. And he re-signs. Same thing with James Bradbury. I thought he was going to be a lower overall, but we'll re-sign him for this. Tyler Conklin, same deal. He has Superstar Dev. 4 years is not what I want to do, but it's the final season, so I don't really care. And he resigns. Lakeland Tomlinson, exact same deal. Player friendly. Let's up the money a little bit more. And he wants to test free agency whenever he's really old and is on a Super Bowl team. Okay. Sure. So, yep, I'm good with everyone else there. $63 million to spend. Let's go get a left guard. After free agency, we got Dion Dawkins, and I'm going to take my original left tackle and move him to left guard. Then we also got Patrick Ricard. That rhymes. I'm hitting bars out here. And in the draft, we got some trade offers for Jermaine Johnson and Breece Hall. I didn't put them on the trade block, but no. We're going to take this guy who I originally drafted, who fell to the second round to me, which was pretty cool. And we're going to move him to left guard for Lakeland Tomlinson. We're just going to say at North Carolina, the college he played at, he hypothetically played guard and a tackle. So, and also, our offensive running back that the CPU drafted as Superstar, and Basie as Star. And then also, Ali has Superstar, And I'm going to trade away my first round pick probably for a right outside linebacker because it's the fourth and final season. So we might as well go all in. So let's get into the draft. I'm trading away a first round pick for Bobby Okereke from the Lions, and I'm going to move Bobby Okereke to the right outside linebacker position. A lot of right outside linebackers end up to be edge rushers, but I don't need edge rushers. I have Jermaine Johnson, Nick Bosa, and John Franklin Myers as well. Bobby Okereke is also a superstar development player, so that's pretty cool, but I am going to be moving him to the right outside linebacker position, and then that should officially just complete our team. Offense looks great, and defense looks great. We only have one superstar X factor, which is Nick Bosa. Unfortunately, we didn't develop one, but I'm just going to skip to the end of the draft. So now this is the fourth and final overlook of the team going into the fourth and final season. Zach Wilson has somehow only developed to an 81 overall. That needs to be fixed in Madden. The dude was top 10 2 years. Ross and Cruz, the CPU picked up in the draft, probably with my second and third round pick, and this guy named Allen. I should just let the CPU draft from now on, but anyways, we have a complete team, a lot of superstars on the team. We're just going to move in to the playoffs because we don't need to re-sign anybody at the midseason mark. Okay. Here we are in the playoffs going at 9-8. Coming off a win to the Patriots, who actually seals our spot here, thank God. Offense and defense, mid. 16th best offense, 17th best defense in points per game. Status and awards, offense 13th, Zach Wilson, mid. And the defense 11th. Zach Wilson, 4,500 yards, 32 touchdowns, 26 interceptions, trying to repeat his rookie year. James Robinson, 13 touchdowns, 4.2 per carry. I think we should involve the running game a little bit more. That's a little too less yards. Tyler Conklin, 100 receptions, 1,100 yards, 6 touchdowns. Garrett Wilson, 8 touchdowns, 1,100 yards. Elijah Moore, 1,100 yards, 10 touchdowns. Looking at it defensively, Bobby Okereke with 101 tackles for loss, 25 for Quinnen Williams, sacks 13.5 for Nick Bosa, 9 for Jonathan Franklin Myers, 3 interceptions for Dakota Taylor, safety, 0 defensive touchdowns, 0. Can we pull off a 9-8 miracle for a Super Bowl win? Can we even pull off the miracle to beat the Chiefs in the first place? No. Okay. That's kind of what I expected. That's going to be the rebuild. I'm just going to simulate to the offseason to see if we have any development upgrades. It's still a successful rebuild because technically we did make the Super Bowl, and that's all I need to technically make it a Super Bowl, of course. But, yeah. I don't know why, but I'm thinking about getting a face cam right now because the reactions I give feel silly. Anyways, we got the Browns and the sexual assault man himself beating the Commanders in the Super Bowl. Denzel Ward wins the Super Bowl MVP. Trey Lance wins the league MVP. And there are no Jets here for the yearly awards. We're going to see the lineup and see what we got offensively. Tyler Conklin gets X Factor. Okay, sure, Madden. Let's go with that. Defensively, Quinnen Williams finally gets X Factor, and that's going to be it. And whoa, hold up. The CPU drafted an X Factor. That Allen guy, the 63 overall, X Factor. Okay. Anyways, guys, thank you guys all for watching. And apart from that, tell me which team you'd like me to rebuild next, and I'll see you guys all in the next one.